This post-commentary episode of A Plague Tale Requiem is going to include all of Hugo's collections, souvenirs, secret chests, tool chests, and New Game Plus knife locations for chapters 1 through 8. Knife locations vary depending on difficulty, and there are less of them in New Game Plus. In order to keep the video as short as possible, I tried to make cuts where I could, but still be able to show where the collectible item is. Collectibles will be numbered as they are listed in the codex. I am doing this on New Game Plus as I still needed to also max out the skills and equipment upgrades for their respective trophies. I have included those trophy pops in this video as that is what I do here on my channel. This also means that any collectible that I picked up in my first playthrough doesn't pop up on screen anymore, but I still do show where to get it and show it in the codex as collected. I will also include all 4 chapter specific trophies, although I did get a few in my playthrough, so they won't have the trophy pop in this video, but I still show where and how to obtain them. I did this format for A Plague Tale Innocence, and I really enjoyed putting those videos together, so I figured it only made sense to do Requiem as well. If you found this video helpful, please let me know, as any feedback can help me improve future content. With all of that being said, please keep in mind that this video will potentially contain spoilers, so if you have not played the game, I would very strongly recommend doing that first.
So, this is where my kingdom stops.
That branch is your frontier.
Yes!
Why not?
Look out to Misia the Amazon! Enemy ships coming!
There are no collectibles in Chapter 1, however there is a missable trophy here. When you get to the small stream with Hugo and he wants you to destroy the sorcerer's ships, you will need to hit every pinecone with your sling. After Tonin drops the cannonball and Amicia and Hugo move on, you will get the trophy perfect shot. Now it's worth noting here that I did get this trophy on my first playthrough, so it is not going to pop up. And you also do not need to have the upgraded sling to do this. You can do this perfectly fine, and it's perfectly easy to do this first time you play the game with the completely unupgraded sling.
They surrendered. Surrender accepted! I should go now. I'm late for work. You work? Yes.
A gift to our visitors from the Count of Arles.
Souvenir number 1 is shortly after you speak to the lady who sells flowers in the market. You will continue down the path, turn right when you can, and you will come up to a mini game that you can play. You're going to want to knock down the little buildings, and the man will tell you that you were the best player of the day, and get the souvenir best player. Now you don't have to knock down all the buildings. I totally whiff on the first shot, but you'll still get the souvenir either way. It doesn't really matter what happens here. The goal is to just interact with the game and play it.
But none of them look devoured.
I just wanted to include this to give a little bit of information here. This knife pickup is a part of the game progression. It is unmissable, but I just want to say that only ever use knives on secret chests. Never ever ever use them to kill enemies. It is a complete waste of the knife, and it's more important to use them on secret chests.
I did. I had no choice. A blade is silent and quick. It's...
Can't get used to it.
You don't have
Souvenir number 2 is going to be after the first enemy encounter with the mercenary guards, and there's an archer in that encounter. You'll come to a set of steps that go left and right. You're going to want to go up the right side and just follow the path around to find a lady that is dying. Just push the prompt to kneel down with Lucas, and you will get the souvenir. Be at peace.
It's you.
You did well.
I did nothing. Let's go. Can we stop it, Lucas?
You mean the bite?
Yes, but
Hugo's collection flower number 1 will be after you escape the rats on the large elevator with the brazier. It is unmissable, as Lucas will run to it and draw your attention to it. And it will be the flower Arrowhead.
Whoever planted it won't see it grow.
Hugo will love it. I'll keep it there, like before.
It suits you.
Well, Thank you. Let's keep going.
Tool chest number 1 will be shortly after getting the ability to use Extinguish. You will take out a couple guards and then light a brazier to go across to an L-shaped staircase. Once you get to the landing of the staircase, straight ahead is the first tool chest. Now I have her maxed out to where I don't need to use tools to upgrade any of my gear, so I just recycle all the tools when I get across the chests, but I just wanted to include the chests in this video. Souvenir number 3 will be after you exit the city, but first I showed getting the last upgrade for gear to obtain the handful of pockets trophy. Now I don't need to use upgrade benches to upgrade my gear, as I have the skill that allows me to do it wherever I want to, but for the sake of this being the first upgrade bench, I just do it on the upgrade bench. Now you can see I have instruments maxed out, which is what I was saying earlier about tools. I don't need tools anymore. And then maxing out gear will allow me to carry 2 knives at a time, so I can hold 2 knives, which is super useful for opening all the secret chests. Now for souvenir number 3, we're going to turn around and we're going to run back to this fenced in area. You're going to run all the way around to the back side of it, and there is a lock on this gate that you can break with the sling. Once you break the lock, just run inside and you will see the prompt for the souvenir, a grave. Tool chest number 2 is at the end of the area when you see the herbalist with the guards. It is to the left of Amicia in this building. Get rid of the guards to make it easier, and make sure to light whatever you need in order to safely get to the chest.
Let's see what it has.
Hugo's collection flower number 2 is after the previous encounter when you first arrive outside the herbalist's hut. To the left of the area is a large tree, and there are flower pots hanging from the branches. Knock down the one that has the flower in it to get the flower Chamomile.
Finally.
Secret chest number 1 is in the warehouse after you escape from jail and after you get Amicia's items back. Once you have her stuff, you're going to turn around and head directly to it in front of her. Hopefully you still have a knife, because it's very important to be able to get inside the secret chest.
Alright, let's get to work.
Now souvenir number 4 is also in the warehouse. After you've opened the secret chest, run back to the ladder you initially came down, but before you get to the ladder, look to the left. Use your sling to knock down a bridge so that she can walk across and get the souvenir, our home.
I hope our pilot is too.
Hugo's collection flower number 3 is at the beginning of the chapter when you come out onto a beach with a bunch of little boats. Go to the right and follow it to the end of the path to find the flower, Gentian.
I'll take it.
I also get the Herbalist trophy here as well, although there was still one more flower to collect later in the game, but I had already found it on my first playthrough.
For him so much more.
He loves anything that comes from you.
I'm not sure.
Souvenir number 5 will be shortly after finding the Gentian. You will see this trapdoor, but before going down, go to the right and crouch underneath the wall. You will find a cart that you can move, and you're going to want to push it over to the wall that you can climb up to. Once you're up, you'll head straight ahead, and the souvenir is Silk Treasure.
Maybe not. Not yet.
We have to stop this.
Secret chest number 2 is once you are able to push the cart with the brazier in it, instead of going straight ahead, turn to the left and you will see a ladder. Make your way to the ladder and climb up, and you'll find the secret chest right in front of you. I do also get the final upgrade for alchemy here to obtain the trophy Pocket Laboratory.
Let's see what can be done. All right, let's get to work. This should make things a bit easier.
The tar did. This stuff works.
Tool chest number 3 is after you get across the room using the tar pits, climb up the ladder Lucas came down, and run all the way back across the room. You will find the chest at the end.
Hopefully there's something of value.
Souvenir number 6 is after exiting the previous room, you will come to a crack in the wall that you can squeeze through, but first look to the opposite side and break the chain with a Amicia sling. Run to the end of the dock for the souvenir, a grain of sand.
Very well.
Up next is another Missable Trophy. This is the part where you work with the guard to get yourself across the rat-infested area. You're going to use the movable cranks and fill the tar pits and light them on fire, help Lucas get across, yada yada yada. Now this guard is going to basically become a dickbag and want to turn you in because you're out after curfew and you shouldn't be. But the whole point of this trophy is to get past him without killing him. So my first time playing the game, I killed him because I didn't look at the trophy list or anything. But basically, you're just going to want to smack him with an ignifer, with your sling. And you should be able to run past him if he's standing right in this spot. You can hit him with tar as well, but I didn't have any crafted, so I just didn't do it. I just ran past him. And I made it past him just fine. So just hit him with ignifer and run. Should get you by.
I'll deliver justice myself.
These people.
I'm done trusting any of them.
Yes.
Now, I'm not going to number the knives because that number can vary depending on your difficulty. However, there should be a knife for you here in the stump, right when you come up upon this massive bonfire of bodies.
The fire. It's not wood burning. It's bodies.
This is where they all end up.
We're out of tar and bodies keep coming. Well, it means our cleaners are making progress. This is not cleaning. Most of these people weren't even sick.
Tool chest number 4 is a bit of a pain in the butt to get, but it is possible to get without being seen. But for the purpose of this video, I just used this clip where I got caught, but the technique is still the same. You're going to want to walk over here and hide in the grass until this guard comes out of this little under passage area, building, whatever you want to call it. There is an archer up above, so you have to be careful of that guy too. But once he walks out, you're going to climb through the window.
As soon as we reach Joseph, we must hurry back to the house.
I hope we still have time.
And then you're going to throw a pot of tar into the middle of the rats. And then hit it with ignifer to light it on fire. And then you can also throw a tar to make it even more effective. It's not necessary to use the tar, but the tar definitely helps. And you can do all of this without getting caught. There is just a guy on the other side of the building that if you don't wait for him to turn around, he will see you and you'll get caught. So keep that in mind.
She's
Souvenir number 7 will be found after getting off the boat when it gets stuck. Follow the path and take the first right that you can. You will eventually hear a noise, and Amicia and Lucas will talk about it for the souvenir, the Stag's roar.
It's just a A stag bellowing, I think.
Oh, Lord, I forgot they existed.
Mating season must have started already.
It's like nothing has changed for them.
Tool chest number 5 will be after tossing the stick to Lucas. He will make his way across, but he will be stuck behind a barrier that you need to break with Amicia's sling. The tool chest is right below it, so make sure you go grab that first before letting him down.
Yes! You run pretty fast!
Thanks. There's nothing like good motivation. I'm stuck.
Alright.
Next, since I had enough pieces, I get the final upgrade for the sling to get the trophy, not a toy anymore.
This should make things a bit easier.
Souvenir number 8, look up and to the right from the upgrade bench and break the chain to lower the ladder. Once you climb your way up, head over to this pavilion. There's a barrel against the post. There might be a knife there, but if you're in New Game Plus or a harder difficulty, it probably won't be. Turn around and run back to Lucas along the edge at the little rope fence to get the souvenir. Hugo!
You can shout pretty loudly when you want to.
Depends on what's trying to kill me. So, together?
Yes. On 1, 2, 3. Wait for it.
Amicia! Lucas!
He's seen us. Let's go. It's absurd. We should be playing for fun. I don't care about being safe.
First thing we're going to grab here after we cross the ferry and break the counterweight is this knife at this wood pile right after you exit the building. Then you're going to run around to the back side of it and squeeze your way through the fence.
Focus.
You're going to climb up this ladder and you will find secret chest number 3.
What do we have here?
Jump down from the secret chest, run back out to the main area, go along the side of the building and crouch underneath. Once you get to the other side, to the left will be tool chest number 6.
Let's see what's inside.
Hugo's collection flower number 4 will be directly after the previous area. You will find the huge structure that you have to make your way across. On the left side of this structure will be a chain that you can break that lowers a bridge.
Stay focused.
Once the bridge is down, there is a cart that you can move back here along this wall to be able to climb up. Once you climb up, just follow the path all the way to the edge of the cliff to where you'll find the pink flower Anemone.
Anything that can cheer him up. Let's finish this.
Hugo's collection feather number 1 is part of story progression, and immediately after the chapter starts, you will come to a field and Amicia will ask Hugo if he wants to race to a tree. After Hugo falls down and Amicia laughs, he will find the J feather.
Oh, did you hurt yourself?
No.
In the meantime, I'll make you a bird.
A night bird!
Oh. Oh, that reminds me. I found some pretty flowers when I was out with Lucas.
Souvenir number 9 will be once you come across a camp full of people. You'll see some red canopies and a guy to the left leaning against a tree. You're going to want to follow this path behind the tents and you will find a swing.
Hi, Goose.
Hello.
Hi.
Hugo will tell Amicia to sit and he will push her.
Tired. Here we go.
This will get you the souvenir, Imagine You're Flying.
Don't hurt yourself. Thank you. It was soothing.
Can't wait. To have our own.
Island first, home next. I don't know if there's another
Tool
way.
chest number 7 will be shortly after entering the quarry. You can see it up on this structure to the right.
We must not
Once you go
stay
inside
here.
this
Don't know.
long
Hold my hand
stone
tight.
rock hallway,
Really kill soldiers?
you're going to turn right and crouch under the leaning
I lost
structure.
myself.
You didn't tell me.
I was ashamed.
You will need Hugo to crawl through a hole to unlock the door.
Go on, Hugo.
All right.
And once he does that,
They looked nice.
you
They were
can
not
proceed up the
believable.
steps and to the left to find the chest. There may also be a pyrite here, depending on your difficulty, right beside the chest on the table.
How can we get out of here?
There will be a knife sticking out of an old minecart in the middle of the room during the second enemy encounter. Now I left this clip in just because I was sneaking through this area to be able to max out the Prudence skills, and I get the trophy at the end here once I drop out through this trapdoor.
A trapdoor. Yes, that's all
So
we
again, the trophy is called Sneaky, and it is for maxing out the Prudence skill set, which is being stealthy during combat encounters and killing less than 30% of the enemies.
Amicia,
Let me breathe.
we should wait, Amicia.
Oh, no, they'll find us. We have to reach that building.
Is it a church?
Don't know, but we're too exposed. We'll try in there. Maybe safe.
Tool chest number 8 is in the center of this area, on top of the big rock formation in the middle.
What do we have here?
We'll go to the island together.
Secret chest number 4 will be shortly after entering the building, after the previous combat encounter. Crouch under the shelf with a piece of cloth hanging down, trying to hide it, to find a hidden room with a secret chest in it.
I'm doing all I can. You know.
You're going to be all right. We'll be at the sea soon.
Yes, soon.
Souvenir number 10 will be after the encounter with the rats, where Hugo discovers a new ability. After entering the room with an upgrade bench and a ladder, take the ladder up to a catwalk and then crawl under the wall ahead. Drop down to find some scraps of cloth, and Hugo offers to change Amicia's dressing for her head wound.
Sorry. It's over.
Thank you.
I hope it helps.
Next, I get the final upgrade for the crossbow to get the trophy improved crossbow. And again, I don't know why I keep only using the workbenches to upgrade. I don't need it. I guess I just don't really think about it. And whenever I see a workbench, it reminds me to do the upgrades. So, tool chest number 9 is going to be up this wooden ramp in this combat encounter after you leave the building you were just inside. Head towards this cart and crawl under it to be able to break a lock through a window, keeping the door of the cell closed. You're going to make your way back inside the building and extinguish the lantern. Then use Hugo to control the rats and kill enemies with them, or just move them far away so you can go inside the cell to get the chest.
There's too many rats. Too many of them, Amicia.
Ta-da.
So that's going to be it for all collectibles for this chapter, but the final clip here in this chapter is getting the trophy for maxing out the aggressive skills, and it's called Fighter. I was just super aggressive in the past couple combat encounters in order to fully max it out.
Now you'll know the fight.
I could be a soldier.
No doubt.
Hugo's collection feather number 2 will be after Hugo runs through the flock of birds on the beach. You will find a small hut to the left. Upon entering, you will find a knife on the bed in the corner. Proceed out the window and run to the end of the path to find a black-headed gull feather.
It has to be a seabird.
A seagull?
Probably. And now it's yours. Here.
I love seagulls.
The cart's light will cover us.
Tool chest number 10 is going to be obtainable while pushing the brazier cart through the rat-infested cave. There will be an opening to the left.
From things they catch.
Like people.
Bloody hell.
You're going to want to light the brazier inside the room, and then also throw some tar on it for good measure.
I didn't do it on purpose.
You started this?
I actually am pretty sure the tar is necessary because the rats don't fully move out of the way until you throw the tar on it to be able to run in and grab the tool chest.
I wanted to stop.
We'll get to Lacuna. We'll cure you.
That's crazy.
Souvenir number 11 will be after pushing the cart and coming back outside to a beach. You will see a wrecked ship with a workbench on it. Continue on, but turn left to find a ledge to climb up on to get to the top side of the wreck.
The sea scorpion.
Run up to it, and you will get the souvenir, the survivor.
It's earned it. Come.
Sketchy's a scorpion.
Seer chest number 5 is after the next combat encounter with the big wrecked ship inside a cave-like area. Once you jump down and see the exit from the area, turn right and crouch to get onto another shipwreck.
What's
The
we have
secret
here?
chest is on this ship. Souvenir number 12 will be after another combat encounter on a beach. Once you pass through a squeeze gap, turn left and climb up a ledge. You're going to crouch to get in the cave, and then follow the cave and pick up the torch on the wall. Continue on to the end, and you will find the souvenir, the first men.
But I don't know why.
Just remember it. Come.
Yes.
Tool chest number 11 will be during the final combat encounter on the beach with the buildings that are up on stilts. You will see it appear out on the beach with the tool chest on it. You'll need to shoot it with the grapple and pull it down. Then you will also need to use Hugo to guide the rats away so you can go get it. Now this will be the last collectible for chapter 7, but just make sure you send the rats away far enough that they don't come back before you can get the chest, because you can already see they're trying to return on me, and that wouldn't be good.
Yours too.
He knows nothing.
Well, he knows about seagulls.
Hugo's collection's feather number 3 is from where you enter the market. Go left and follow the path to a woman who's thanking her helpers for doing a good job setting up the decorations.
Decorations, everyone. Oh, and if you still want to help, we need a hand with
You're going to
tonight's
walk past
feast.
her and up around to the tree that are behind the people, and there will be a black kite feather.
Smart as hell.
What a predator you make.
Return back to the market, and souvenir number 13 will be straight across the market from where the feather was, through an archway towards some goats.
to see that. Let's go.
Oh, Amicia, can we go too?
Sure. Sounds
Hugo will
nice.
actually see the goats and run off to them. Now this is funny because there's actually a dialogue that happens later in chapter 9 that still happens even if you don't get the souvenir. It's a little odd, but it is a funny one to grab, and the goal is to get them all anyways. So, but the souvenir is called Silent Lucinda, and you'll see here that Lucinda is not very silent.
Don't be afraid.
And later on in chapter 9, there's a funny thing that happens with the goat,
What's she called?
where Hugo basically refers to the souvenir, and if you don't pick up the souvenir, then it kind of, I mean, it doesn't not make sense, but knowing that this is in the game before that and you get it, it's kind of funny.
You all right?
She screamed at me.
That's called bleating. It's how they talk.
She's a goat, you know. That's what they do.
Well, it's not nice.
You were scared, that's all. Let's go. Thank you, sir.
Anytime.
Goodbye. Man,
I'd like to see a dragon.
After leaving the goats, go right and follow the main story path. When you can turn left and go down a set of stairs, head towards the back of the area to find another
Let's
minigame.
have a look.
This is where you can get the perfect throw trophy for throwing all 4 jars through each wreath or crown as the game calls them. And you will also get the souvenir number 14, Flower Crown. Now, an important thing to note with this little minigame is in order to get the trophy, you have to throw all of the jars through each wreath. And the jar has to go through the center of the wreath and break on the wall behind it. If it breaks on the front of the wreath, you will not get the trophy. So if you're going for the trophy, make sure your
Thank you.
little reticle is on the wall behind the wreath and not hitting the wreath.
Let's go see the rest. Go on, Hugo.
all right.
Now, the final thing we are going to collect in this episode is tool chest number 12. It is along the main story path, but it can still be missed. You're going to send Hugo through the hole so that you can get the movable cart. And once he opens the gate and you get access to the cart, you're going to push it with him up against the wall so that you can climb up to the upper area.
By the way, why did Arno attack the Count?
He said that it's because of the Count that his shield is broken.
Pushing carts in this game is like one of my least favorite things.
Climb up.
So anyway, once you are up on top, instead of going left, you are going to go straight back
Good.
and around this little half wall, and the tool chest is right there.
What do we have here?
So thanks for watching this episode, and part 2 will contain chapters 9 through 16 to finish up all collectibles and attain the Platinum Trophy. I hope I helped, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Have a good one.